let me tell y'all this, right? Before I even say anything on this live, right? Do not come on here with y'all scatterbrain asses, can't focus, can't quiet your negative thoughts. Don't come on here. I ain't tagged nobody on this motherfucker. So you could click off now and keep scrolling. Y'all hear me? Don't come on here with y'all scatterbrain, can't manage your thoughts ass. I don't want to see it today. Don't want to see it. Don't want to see it. Lord, don't want to see it. Don't want to see it. Like, come on here with a focused mindset for about 5-10 minutes. About 5-10 minutes of focused mindset, then get off. Because you know some of y'all, your attention span ain't but about. Absolutely, LeVar. Those are the people that I would actually like to stay on the entire live. The positive people. Those that receive what I say, they, take in and apply what's for them and what's not, they leave it. That's who I do these lives for. But I have to give a disclaimer, LeVar. Yes, I do. Been on here a long time, and it's very relevant for me to give a disclaimer. Funny thing about the internet nowadays is there could be a ton of positive people on the live. And then it could be one bitter motherfucker or one scatterbrain motherfucker that will drop a comment and distract everybody else on this motherfucker. Because a lot of them, in the name of being positive towards me, will start to feel like they have to respond back to that one person. So that's why I do a disclaimer, LeVar. You on the same page now? Now back to the disclaimer. Just give me like 5 or 10 minutes of y'all focusing. And then get off this bitch if you one of them people that you can't really manage your negative thoughts too long. You on the same page? Somebody tell me stop talking about my brain. Okay, listen. I want to say this first, right? Grow up. Grow up. I want to say that first. Just grow up. Grow up. Somebody type that. Grow up. Grow up. I'm saying that because when I start talking about relationships, it's a lot of y'all, you don't realize you haven't grown up. Mentally, you have not grown up. Physically, full-grown adult. Mentally, 7-8-year-old child. So when I start speaking on relationships, I'm going to need y'all to understand there are quite a bit. There's a high percentage, I'm talking about in the 90s, of people that need to grow up. Grow up. Grow the fuck up. What do I mean by that? I mean, understand. Before we get into deep talking about relationships, please understand. To call yourself grown, when I'm saying grow up, you have to be able to manage yourself. Managing yourself requires you to manage your thoughts, control what you focus on, be accountable for what you say and do, regardless of what made you say it or do it. Get your basics together. Your basics, right? Per my platform, is you taking care of the basic necessities to even call yourself grown. That is feeding yourself, clothing yourself, transporting yourself. I don't give a fuck if you use public transportation. Do you front the bill for that transportation? You don't have to have your own car. I don't give a fuck if you lifting or Ubering around. Are you the one fronting the bill for your travel? Right? Taking care of the responsibilities you fucked and made, i.e. your children. The other thing is the bills that you created. based on your choices. Not the ones y'all told yourselves that somebody just magically gave y'all when you stopped living with your mom and daddy. No, the motherfuckers that you created, even though you don't know you created them based on your choices or the generational curses you came out of that you have not, got yourself to break away from. Those things, right? These are the basics, right? Grow up. Grow the fuck up. It's a lot of y'all, when I start talking about relationships, you immediately talk about what you don't want to go through. Talk about what you don't want to go through. Great. Wonderful. We're all human. There's a lot of shit we don't want to go through. Grown person fact, right? You will go through shit in life. The point is, you want to be able to manage yourself. Grow the fuck up. You want to be able to have your basics and your stability with the basic shit in place. Grow the fuck up. So that if you go through anything, you're well prepared for it. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining? And when I say well prepared for it, I mean you as a person, I'm fully aware of what I'm supposed to be taking care of and who I am, just on a basic surface level, that I can take on whatever I'm going through, right? Based on knowing my strengths and my weaknesses. Because remember, I'm not in a survival season trying to still get my basics together, right? I understand that if I'm responsible for managing my thoughts, managing my behavior, managing my words. Y'all grow the fuck up. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? Grow up. Everybody understand that? This is why some of y'all need to go on my website, geji.com, and get your ticket to my live event in Houston, Texas. Because it's a lot of y'all, you don't realize this is first things first. First things first, you got to grow the fuck up before we even start talking about relationships. You got to be honest about what the fuck you have going on. Me and somebody was just talking about this earlier. Like, when you reach that moment where you have that epiphany or that aha about life that has to do with yourself, not other people. Y'all done had a lot of aha moments about a nigga or a bitch you was fucking on. Y'all done had a lot of aha moments about a family member or a friend that done fucked you over or, rubbed you the wrong way. Y'all done had a lot of aha moments about jobs and shit that you needed to walk away from or go for a raise or a promotion or, start that business. Y'all had a lot of aha moments about certain goals and stuff that you need to be on. But it's a good majority of y'all, you ain't had that moment yet where you realize my life and how I perceive life and what type of people I attract. That shit will actually elevate and growth will come about once I realize it's about me. It's about me getting sick of me with the fucked up shit that I do, that I say, that I got going on within me. Notice I ain't say the shit y'all did to nobody else. It's the stuff you did and are doing to yourself. You gotta grow up. Gotta grow the fuck up. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Some of y'all, you were never given the tools as a child, but you were given the responsibilities of being an adult. Meaning, when I was a child, I was never given the tools to grow up. Yet I reached an age that was considered grown up. And then responsibilities start to hit me because I started making choices as a grown up without growing up. So on this live, I'm going to help some of y'all today understand. First things first, grow up. It's a lot of y'all full grown in the physical. Yeah, you got ass. Yeah, you got titties. Yeah, you go to a job. Yeah, you pay bills. But you got to grow up, bitch, in the inside. Yeah, you full grown. Yeah, you say you a man. Yeah, you done gotten a couple fights and you work and you pay your bills or whatever it is you tell yourself you stand on as a man. But you got to grow the fuck up inside. Some of y'all full grown in the physical. 7, 8 years old in the mental. And the emotional. And the spiritual. And I can even go deeper. And in the area of discipline. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying? You know how 7 or 8 year old, 9, 10 year old, hell, 11, 12 year old, 15, 16 year old, they disciplined enough to get up, based on their parents guiding them to get on up, get yourself dressed, going on to school. They're disciplined enough to go through a school day. Ooh, message. Some of y'all, you disciplined enough to get up, go to a work day. You at work from about 9 to 5, 8:30 to 5, 7 to 3. You know, you work your little shift. Same way a child goes to school and do his little time in the classroom. Y'all get what I'm saying? That's about it. That's about it. Similar to the child, you know how to take the stuff from that job and utilize it to pay your bills. Same way a child go to class, they bring their homework home. They're able to do it with a little bit of guidance, discipline, return their work, pass the class. That's about it for some of y'all. Anything past that, anything, you know, that requires conflict resolution skills, management of emotion skills, skills to be able to manage your thoughts before they even turn into anything other than a thought. Looking and reflect, anything that requires anything other than just showing up at a predetermined shift, taking the fruits of that labor and doing some bill paying that, of course, they have deadlines and structure, you know, for you. You can't really do too much past that. Can't really do too much. Similar to a child. Grow up. That's what this live is about. Somebody asked you what love live about? Growing the fuck up. Before we talk about relationships, grow up. Grow the fuck up. Anything else outside of the basic shit, like a child gets up, goes to school with a little bit of guidance, they get to school, there are rules and things that they follow. They manage themselves based on the rules that somebody else set. Message, y'all go to a job, you manage yourself based on the rules that the job set. Somebody else set for you. Basic shit. Anything outside of some guidelines or some rules or some shit that the rules determine your discipline level or your focus level. Okay, you can't do shit past that. You can't do shit past that. Similar to kids at school, right? Watch this. As soon as the teachers aren't around and kids are left to play by themselves, ooh, how the conflict arises. Somebody usually end up crying, a fight breaks out, some sort of undisciplined behavior comes the fuck out. Same with y'all when you get off a job. Outside of work and paying the bills, you don't play well with others, bitch. My nigga, as soon as you off the job or out of the fucking guidelines or rules of somebody else laying out how you gonna operate at their fucking company or the rules that go along with you being able to earn your money or your wage, you don't got no fucking discipline. You like a child on the schoolyard playground when ain't no teachers around. You doing all kind of shit. Might be over here pissing outside, your dick out over here. Y'all hoes over here worried about shit don't got nothing to do with you. Trying to boss other people around when that's not your job. Oh, message. Some of y'all grow the fuck up. Grow up. Grow up. That's the message. Grow the fuck up. Before we talk about relationships. Yeah, I'll be live in Houston, Texas on July 1st. You can get your ticket. You can DM me on Instagram or you can go to GEAJI.com and get your ticket there. But before we talk about the relationship shit, I'm going to talk about in Texas. Grow up. Grow up. Grow up. I ain't talking about no fucking cartoons. I'm talking about growing the fuck up with real life shit. I'm not talking about what you choose to do in your downtime. Grow the fuck up with the real life shit. Just looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. Nah, if you understand the concept that, okay, I need to grow up, right? I need to understand in life, it's not that I gotta not go through shit. If I grow up, my inner me, if I grow me up, right? As life happens, I can process that shit from a grown-up space. It's a lot of y'all, when I start talking about relationships, start talking about accepting multiple perspectives, when I start talking about men and women being valued in the world, when I start talking about roles in relationships, when I start talking about, you know, being a team player, setting your family unit or your relationship up as a pack, not a herd. A lot of y'all, you can't receive none of that shit in because you're not grown up yet. Still a child, mentally. Still immature. No discipline, no ability to focus. Past the schoolyard shit. Can't accept different perspectives. Can't accept that you don't have to be the one that actually physically did some fucked up shit to do some fucked up shit. Some of y'all, you can't even process that. You think that when it comes to relationships, the only person that's wrong is somebody that told a lie or cheated. Y'all skip over all the other behaviors that are just as bad as that, and you tell yourself, well, I ain't never did those things, so I ain't the one wrong. And you so wrong. So wrong. Ain't grown up yet. Grown folk know you can fuck some shit up without ever cheating. You can fuck some shit up without ever telling a lie. Your attitude alone can be worse than any one of them two actions. Your inability to stay in your role and understand that people are allowed to have a different perspective than you can fuck a relationship up. Ooh, watch this. Your inability to be able to conflict resolve. Like you have no skills on resolving conflict. All you know is that when conflict arises, you know how you feel about some shit and what you want done. It will fuck a relationship up. Women, inability to stay in a feminine space, fuck a relationship up. Men, inability to lead and stay in a masculine role without letting a female bitch you up, fuck a relationship up. I ain't said shit about cheating or lying. That's all y'all worry about. When it come down to some relationship shit, y'all got these long drawn out stories about how a nigga or a bitch cheated on you, or they lied, or they didn't tell you something. You don't realize if I break the fuck down what you be doing, it'll make all the sense in the world why your ass got lied to or cheated on. It don't matter whether it was right or wrong. I can tell you why the fuck it happened. And see, grown folk know the why is what matter. That's what you call the root. You understand the root of some shit, you can get somewhere in life. Y'all problem is, y'all run from that. You don't want to understand why I'm attracting that. What's going on within me? What behaviors do I exemplify for this shit to keep coming up in my... Y'all don't want to hear that. You just want to be a victim. Grow up. You haven't grown up. The other thing is, not being solution-based will fuck a relationship up. And a lot of y'all not. You're not. I can throw out a scenario and ask you for 3 to 5 solutions. You can't come up with one because your mind, right, stays focused on the problem. Because staying focused on the problem allows you to remain a victim. As long as you remain a victim in your mind, it's nothing wrong with you. It's the other people. And oh, watch this. You don't have nothing to work on. You don't got to do no work. You can go from relationship to relationship and keep telling yourself, it ain't me. I ain't got nothing to be working on. It's everybody else. Even though I'm the common denominator, it's everybody else. Ooh, grow up. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. I just posted a video on Instagram explaining, some of y'all don't even realize, right? You so far in this headspace, ooh, how you fuck a relationship up without cheating or lying. But you swear you the table. You the prize. Ooh, watch this. Some of y'all, you have these internal issues that I'll talk about when I get to Texas on July 1st in Houston. And you can get your ticket by going to GEAJI.com, or you could DM me on Instagram. Get your ticket, right? But I'll be talking about what these internal things are. But it's a lot of y'all, you don't realize, like, I feel some type of way when I'm left out of something, when I'm dating someone. So no, I don't lie. I don't cheat. But once I have feelings for you and you start doing things that you probably been doing before you met me, but you, for me, they just started because of course I'm just experiencing this with you. You start doing things that make me feel as though I'm being left out, right? I get in a space where I feel like, because I was left out, like I wasn't included in a certain conversation or a certain set of plans you made, or I didn't know about a certain incident or event or thing that you got going on. I found out, outside of you. I now tell myself something is being done to me, right? But I know, right, on the surface that it's going to look crazy for me to just act like something has been done to me. So what I do is I wait and I watch. I keep tally, right, of any incident that I could actually say you doing something to me. And then when I point that out, I bring the energy from the other shit that I already feel a way about being left out. To that particular conversation, moment, event, text thread, and it makes it where I magnetize, I amplify, I exaggerate what you're doing to me right now, to the point where it ends up being manipulation. right? It makes you feel like you're doing something to me. So then guess what? You start, because if you want the relationship with me, it makes you start trying to tap in more with me because you're trying to figure out more of what's going on with me, right? It's a play to make you stop doing things to leave me out and get you fully engaged with me, which is what I wanted from the beginning. But you know, I'm not grown up, right? So I do this type of immature behavior in order to get the attention I want and not be left out. Just looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. And a lot of y'all, you can't help this. You do this and you can't help it. You can't help it. When I say you can't help it, what I mean is you don't even know why you do it. You don't even understand why do I feel left out. And it feels like someone is doing something to me, even though I know good and goddamn well they're not actually doing anything to me. But I know that I feel some type of way about what's being done. And then I know that I want my moment to make them feel like they're doing something to me so they can stop leaving me out, so I won't feel left out. And all of this is a part of my perspective, right? Has nothing to do with what is actually happening or not happening. And I'll explain more about it on July 1st when I get to Houston, Texas. It's very manipulative. And when I break the shit down, y'all gonna realize this shit be worse than cheating. It be worse than lying. It's some immature child play ass shit that a lot of y'all, as grown as you are, as adults as you think you are, you're not. You're fucking not. No, it won't be virtual. You actually gotta come out, put some clothes on, bring your ass to the event. I'm worth it. The information is worth it. You can go on geji.com, get your ticket there. You can DM me on Instagram. You can get your ticket there. It will not be virtual. You will not be able to sit at home. You got to come out, spend some money, get active for that information. I'm going to tell you something, right? Because somebody said instead of communicating the situation at hand, ain't no situation to communicate. It's some shit in your mind. This went over some of y'all head. Nothing's actually happening to you. You're just immature. You haven't grown up yet. This is why I keep saying, grow up. There are some things that y'all going through. Ooh, watch this. There are some things that y'all going through that you're not really going through. You just need to grow the fuck up mentally. There are some things that y'all going through that you're not actually going through. It's stuff going on in your mind that you need to grow. People aren't doing what you think they're doing to you. You're actually doing it to yourself with a lot of shit that goes on in relationships. You need to grow up. And trust me, if it was that simple as just saying grow up, I would have just wrote this as a post. Grow up. Grow the fuck up. And some of y'all, you still haven't caught on, right? When I'm saying grow up, that has to do with accountability, discipline, focusing, managing your thoughts, managing your emotions, having conflict resolution skills. A lot of y'all, you have none of that. You have none of that. You got some money, you got a fat ass, look good, you got a house, you got a car, but the other things I named, you got none of the above. None of the above. If a bitch asks you to break down, explain to me or teach me, I'm your child, teach me some conflict resolution strength, you know none. Teach me some ways to break toxic habitual behavior, you know none. Teach me some ways as a young man or a young woman how to be more disciplined, you know none. Teach me some things about developing better habits, to be more structured and disciplined about you know nothing. Teach me how to reprogram my mind to be able to accept multiple perspectives. Get me to let my or lose my bound. You know nothing. You don't know none of that. What are the strategies? What is the actual system to setting your family up like a pack versus operating like a herd? You don't know. What are the first things to do when you're trying to learn how to manage your emotions? You don't know. It's a lot of shit you know, but all the real shit, you don't know none of that. Not impressed. We're not impressed. Those of us that are in a healthy space, we're not walking around with our traumas on us. We're not walking around going against our natural biology saying that we're going to be single for the rest of our lives just because we don't want to face the fact that there are certain things within us we don't know how to fix and we don't want to go get help. Those of us that are not on that toxic ass bullshit, we're not impressed at the fact that y'all can match outfits, go out to the club, twerk, tip strippers, come back home, sell some drugs on the block, drive around in the car. We're not impressed that you know how to go to your job, come on, pay bills, and keep the kids that you fucked and made with another grown person away from their daddy. We're not impressed. Not impressed. Sir, we're not impressed that you can fuck multiple hoes. Not impressed. We're not. Those of us with some sense, you won't be able to attract us. You know how to do a lot of shit, but none of the real shit. Those of y'all who don't know shit about boundaries, you're never, look at my lips, never, you will never get in a healthy relationship with somebody that already has the skills and the knowledge about boundaries. Know why? Because they not finna fuck around with your ass because you don't know how to respect theirs because you don't have any. So it feels unfair. Ooh, watch this, how I bring this shit full circle. It feels like something is being done to you because they have certain limitations for you, but you don't have certain limitations for them when you're in the relationship with them because you don't have boundaries. So it feels like they're doing something to you, but you doing it to your motherfucking self. Oh, catch that message. Catch that message. Just looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. You think something being done to you, but it's not. I tell him everything, and love, he ain't telling me everything. I'm saying I let him all the way in. He ain't let me all the way. I'm saying I gave her access to all this. She ain't tell me about this. Ma'am, you don't have any boundaries. So people with boundaries offend you. And guess what? You offend us. So guess what? You will forever be in relationships with toxic ass niggas with no boundaries just like you. Sir, you don't have any boundaries. So women with boundaries, we don't want to fuck off with you. And you don't want to be fucked off with women that have boundaries because you feel like we doing something to you. Y'all call it disrespect or you don't want to submit to a nigga. No, sir. You allow any and everybody access to every part of you, and I don't do that. And this feels uncomfortable, like I'm doing something to you, but I'm not. It's actually some mental shit going on with you. Goodbye, and I'm pretty sure you want to see me going as much as I want to be going. Go back to attractive bitches that they on the same shit you on. Y'all bust everything open all the time. Get yourselves toe up, hurt up, scarred, backstab, trauma filled, and carry it to the next relationship, telling yourself it's everybody else but y'all. Ooh, message. You can catch me in Texas, July 1st, Houston, Texas to be exact. You can go to geaji.com and get your ticket, or you can just DM me on Instagram and get your ticket. Some of y'all, your mama don't even know this. And your daddy don't either. It's a lot of y'all, the viewpoint that you have about relationships, you should actually come sit down with me in Houston, Texas, and get this work so that you can grow the fuck up. It's a lot of y'all, you don't even need to wait till July 1st. Just text 678-965-0698 and book your ass a one-on-one. Get you a 30-minute call, a 1-hour call, get in a Zoom, bitch, get a 15-minute call. You need help now. Now. Rat now. Not right now. Not R-I-G-H-T. Rat. R-A-T. Like a lot of these niggas doing right now when the police pick them up. Rat now.